Yema yewunyina achi me ho akwaba emfa emra Adom TV bedwem so enie ena ya wada July bosom so ewura mu no kakra yekọ ebia fi se ya agudi a yekwa ne se yekwa ne sa eti re bia because boshe ya wo hye ho from the beginning of the year 1st January 2025 ABC enne emu se no atimi achieve susu na aka so obeto no wetimi anya sei asase na aka so discover kwa akoto ase se no anya ade kwa akoto ase ebre ni nipa afa ebre eni nipa afa memfa anya agodie yese yetete abete na ne cha no etu de kokọ ya agodie a wa ha asoma kwa akofo ase bedidi akwasinsi amofa nchese yetimi afa ase bidika amro Nyamiad watch. We have a special edition, special issues here. We are going to talk about it, and I promise you, say that's going to be a fire, ocha. Fire, my catcher says, Shiwa. So, a very good morning to Shamima Muslim, my beautiful sister, my feel, Shamima, deputy spokesperson at the presidency. I wish you all the best. Nyaminka, ona. Omo akukuduro ya betimi akoso dia sum o my Ghana. So the before say any abedwafo betina say di nkomo no. How this small thing am person nyina so my yadwen ho. We anya asemidika. Unza asemidika mood na different. Ka beti say kanesa na yete no ndemu but ene yen kanesa na yete. Me hunu krata bia eye yenwan meko school abrochire won schools na twede amu omo ka kire omo se Ghana bind omo ka through scholarship secretariat inti se wo ko school a o se office na kam no wa utwia untimi ntwia so defer course no defer course na so aba back to Ghana na onye ska betimi de twia office a wasaba araho and Pedomo Kadem said 2024-2025 academic year na started. So now Omodela Moma says students want me entry. I'm get back to the various institutions no and the 1st of this month, that's 1st July. So it means saying you are entry much as here 8 month to defer their course. This is also in relation to America for visa restriction you to Ghana. So for the next best 2 months, he said they said, oh, you're Ghana na person call America. There are certain categories of visas bia ubenya ediako. Na services ne best 7 of them. Yeah, now 3 months. Yeah, near single entry. Ti say, oko American embassy na say amount visa and na. Aboso miensa entem service and ebiu. Ba the visa ne era America na sa baba ka untimi sa fan ko bi mo so sa kwaje visa foforo. All like first na na ka akwa obi amfinhia enum aboso miensia multiple entry. Etu konde na aba betim sa de akode sente sa bi ya de mesesa from enura me da me paso asemba kwa na me bisa me ho yese yam political figures, government appointees. This is not particular to this government, they almost ka ho be, but mo manya akonya abesum in various capacities through presidential appointments. The opportunities that has come your way, how one am I impacted into the lives of a man for year a what or the muamo? What has been the impact of the opportunities now unyayen? Solve some Ghana no. What has been the impact in the lives of Ghana this year? A man for saying what me these are opportunities no abwam. Nipa say o party for say and what me aboa da bia me ka say ya Ghana for ye mpe ni bebreo me nyini say Ghana ni bia ne sere so beko na o ka kire mampani se me de me crew aba pacho ma meti no da bi create an avenue yen so betimi afa so de anya yesika. That's the only thing ya Ghana ni hwehwe. Mama ye avenue ye nso betimi e de anya yesika se ne peno Let's support our party people. Let's support Ghanaians in general. Mama yente pesemim kuminya neso. Why? Party mpenifo. Mama yente pesemim kuminya neso. Pesemim kuminya no doso. So too, the appointees of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ask yourself, so before I be free office, now ask yourself, what has been the impact of opportunity in the light of Omanfo? What has been the impact? It is nipa edu eshiawa. Dear nebe kandia fa. When your opportunity na support Omanfo. Supporting Crawford. Trebia beto say na be mo nipa na opportunity be say se metwe sika. So beti amay was say an opportunity by minister say me no dance. Let's genuinely support a man for. Because a man for now omo dey frustro no. Omo na be sa dey si form. Me you ko say nyame na duma wanya appointment with John Dramani Mahama but there be ameka kire no. Leave a footprint. So u free office na wona. Me ni pankasa ampa akwasi ba hanomi. Oboa yenso. E manem konkada sa akwasi ba hai. No no nko abedi e no bedwe ho. Let's support the youth. Any da so nyina na o my Ghana. Ghana failure obi no betimi ayeye. Abiafo atrase, yeah, by train come. The deputy CEO of Tema PSC shipyard ewa. When you are going to go there?
Oh, you see, I don't know here.
Yeah, the Yamias.
I'm sure.
Yeah, the Yamias. Yeah, good. Na, really, I mean, said you make work a crack combat.
Correct.
Dear now come. So we impacting to the lives of people there.
Because here, na yanchia Ghana for
that.
I don't pay. Baby bia obi ahwe free pound. The mo feed him there kwachi. Shia me catch us say okọ me half on ne bono a. Adom TV there I don't pay baby Adom TV. Ti menchia half fu nyina.
Omojoso.
Na your president so there you are large Collins na on the Edu half Republican. On you are Eric Opoku, a great minister. Papa no obo adwuma. Ya mo na baso ene hyehyɛ ya ode egu akwa mu me de ana me kai feed Ghana hyehyɛ na ode egu akwa na mani age kama enti no ya mo ma baso me regional minister so bo adwuma
okay
ba pa charity gardener
that's
na ye no nyame eya ya Adom president mama PSC Tema shipyard ena ode ato na me mfa kwan so na me nchia adwuma efo nyina ne me boss ankasa Mr. Alhaji Osman Sulemana. Yen hyehyɛ ene anamontu a yetu ewo PSC Tema shipyard no. Your friend say come and see. Come and see because it's one of the sectors a ye call ya no kwasem ni kwasi na enema atwejejemu ewo ho. Na ohwɛ sɛ de ye ba ye tontotoye. Na ye hwɛ se ye beboa na ne titru emabunu benya dwuma te se de na wo bosui se bebi a ya paw ye se ye nkono de ye na afoforo nso aye de anya so mfaso ye buta ye nyina ane se PSC Tema shipyard no ye been one of the key sectors are ye creating employment for the youth and generating revenue for government because wasi
yeah
nyame Adom ye ba no abibre mamu nyina ye ka shipyard Ghana ye ne the biggest shipyard in West Africa
yeah
was so many nya so mfa so I mean come build it with two main purpose. Number one, say you go into major ship repairs, maintenance and services. Now the biggest is to be a center of shipbuilding and fabrication in the sub-region. Into a certain machines ni nyama your friend saying, yeah, yes, I shipbuilding and fabrication no come. But it be seen there. But in a main charge, yes, President Mama, the manifesto. no the ko shame say page 72 of the manifesto say obeboa near go into the shipbuilding and fabrication. And good news I'm the better when said to say legacy be at the end of the 4 years of tenure of President Mama any administration we want to see a Ghana that is into shipbuilding and fabrication in the South region.
Okay.
And no and I'm on two energy ya you go so yeah no kwasem ni oba. The good news is that we have started 24-hour system at PSC Tama Shipyard. Ni nyina na say ye ba ye no na 3 major problem na ewo ho na omo service omo the ships e ba ye ho no ma ye pon adwuma ni nyina no omo nyina adwane ko Abidjan Senegal Nigeria and omo ko service omo ship di entia previous management no na ye basa ye were 2 main docking centers and then my be a biggest shipyard in West Africa. Bigger one no the ships near akese and ye won ketwa into the fa kese na pa ne size ye be 277 and the fa ketwa no so ye be 105 meters. Now the fa ketwa na most of the vessels ketwa ne ba hono no kwasi ye ko ne a shutting it down for 3 years na nya dwuma tie de hye ko gu akwa mu no bosomi mienu pe ene de fixe ye fixe wie no first vessel aye ho dwuma na ye gapo a vessel.
Okay.
And as you see am no ka say ye ne ya second vessel as room main vessel a dog na eso no me no ka say vessels 2 ene guma ye ho dwuma sisia vessels 2 esan so standby a mo twen so be room di enti na vessels ye eba e hyehyɛ ya ye ba ye di gu akwan mu no ene ama Omo into the business industry no say ensisaye aye den aba shipyard enti ye ko ye mu say 3 major problem no quality service and time a omo de ship no obi order the ship ba one man time say boso me obeye ho adwuma wi
okay
and now say hye pa ni woni tin ship ni to me di be 3 months ebi mutum di me 5 months ansa na ya ye ho adwuma enti ye buy near no ye fa 24-hour system a president Mama kan ho asem na emra say de be ya ye betimi aye enti ne PSC Tama Shipyard, you are starting 24 hours.
Who's starting that way?
You are starting no, even the week before President Mama, launch.
Okay.
It is starting a week before the launch of the 24-hour.
So it means that we are aware of the policy guarding
exactly
24-hour
system.
So with 24-hour economy now more and more the old staff there and that's my employee.
Oh, na me Adom ye ko do no. Now workers on be field workers about 20 and then me know cause over 200 field workers any 200 because see that is the impact we are trying to make. Okay. The 24-hour na ye kano one of the significant impact and say ebe boa ma mabuno nya dwuma.
Okay.
The hwese ye ko ya na nipa be 20 na ne ya starting 24 because ye 3 shift system ni no over 200 workers. 3 shift system.
Okay.
It around the clock and na joba kona man for ye dwuma ntia no pe ebi ma pon mo go fie a ebi ma be take over.
But can omo me ye omo ship na can they service get your administrative service?
Oh, say administrative service na ye ni nyina daytime.
Okay.
Until night time ni ye full
operations. Okay.
Until administrative na de ye nya no.
When you start 24 hours on administrative.
But the field work servicing on the vessel no
okay.
24 hours.
Okay.
Until no ye pese ye ma Ghana fu hu se. President Mama.
But for before some moko na yen service ship.
No, mo chef. You know mo 24 hours. 5 o ma che o ma ye adwuma o beche cry 8 no ma pon.
Okay.
Into obi anu na o mo ye ship.
But by the hours.
Yeah, we work in the night.
Okay.
We work around the clock.
I start here no pay 8 to 5.
5.
Ne bi abeto so.
I be mo so abeto so 8 hours no pon be 11. No mo ko ne bi so abeto so na o adiachi.
Okay. So that is Tema.
Oh, most of them are in Tema Enclave. And yeah, were some small lodge for omo wait, you know. Into year you my weekend or shift to one hours why then wow fee. That is a strategy. You do on us and your money, you know, young Cassani are creative and your money, na canteen. So 24 hours. Nya free your friends say work a free yard. So outside and canteen come on. Work
24 hours.
Omo didi e wo honom. Enti ye wo omo mbe didi daytime. And na ye wo mbe didi late hour time na 10 p.m.
Okay.
So what I say. Enti no sa hihye ni nyina no ya ye e dia to hono ma e boa 24 hour. Enti ye be say ye ma omanfo no ntia say ye ka 24 hour na enya botrim ka se bia.
Okay.
Nya say ye Tama Shipyard nkwa Ghana Port and Harbour so and ya started 24 hour e wo hono ma me mo director general tenye abaso me mo director of port Mr Zuma Tebon edwuma wo mo die nhihye a mo so die agu akwa mu no ene amafo tumi yi niam anajo e wo port ho
okay
many who can say first and I want to be clear when your manager. We were here near money in administrative yaman area, so custom for you and I will you my pound. And then Gapua, I'm out for clear on your manager. Okay. 24 hours. Yeah, air cost work.
Almost administration here 24 hours.
Yes, administrative that custom for the first and no more yet manager. To say, Omoye manager. These are some of the say, yeah. Ye pese ye ma omanfo ne ntia se se edwuma ekoso appointees ya okay hweme nua Sami Jemfi lawyer Sami Jemfi how a lawyer Sami Jemfi transform me gold board ene president anu muto say sa gold board yi na ama ye dollar no aye hata enkan na president bi ka say ye see na ye hata ye dollar no na aye hata so ni nyina ne se enhyehyɛ ye pa anamontuo pa de yewura lawyer Sami Jemfi eye ukọ MP lawyer Eduji Tamaklo ko wayi ye minua Malek Basintale hwɛ all the agencies you embabuna ye pa yes ye na agencies
original circus mo
oh ye mean say ja ye nyina ene afoforo bebere so there are several agencies I cannot even mention
aside opposition at PS who's holding any party position
me a member of the national communication and when it comes to the placement team Adom
it won't hold any official position.
No official.
Okay,
no
so I'm
official.
hold official position. This is overseer newspaper. Yeah, credible.
Was it
Was the NDC to sack party executives in government? So let's the pictures were by the George Opare Ado, Sami Jemfi, Baba Jama Kone, Prince Mohammed, Johnson Esidu Ketia, Theophilus Tetechai, Augustus, Andrews Nana Kwesi, Eric Ajay, and Afek, Richard Kofi Esiedu.
So let's almost almost saying how from government or from the party?
No, from the or say and is to sack party executives in government. Okay. So
okay,
the story.
So they will lose their position.
The ruling National Democratic Congress is preparing to enforce a directive requiring all government appointees who also hold party positions to resign from their roles within the party. A decision that is already generating controversy and resistance across various levels of the party. The move, according to credible sources, has been endorsed by the party's political committee, factional executive committee, and a council of elders. It forms part of a broader push to separate party structures from government operations, which proponents argue is essential to restoring internal discipline, focus, and organization strength. This proposed policy comes in response to growing dissatisfaction from regional chairmen who feel they were sidelined during their selection and appointment of government officials after the 2024 elections. During a recent meeting at the Jubilee House, the regional chairman called for an emergency National Executive Committee meeting to formalize and implement the decision. So this is the position of NDC and Mpensenpensenmu. Say we a party official. Yeah, one J appointment.
Almost see we from one.
Or say, according to this paper, there was a functional executive committee. Or say, yes, also was it the political committee, functional executive committee, and a council of elders, and Ajia too. So now say a chairman, eco chair president, Mamano, and I'm calling for the emergency national executive committee for the implementation of proposal now of the bind. Well, say there is either you choose between your party position or your appointment.
Well, like me, nyanya official memo bia na communicate bia to this effect.
Okay.
You know, a bit about say, oh, you know, say I want put me pedal.
Yes.
And sometimes yes, ni be adwuma.
Okay.
Sometimes yes, ni be.
So we will be anyone we see any actually.
And you know, for now, no, I cannot say that this is
official.
But
assuming say if it's true, will you support it?
Oh, yes, I may support and I may support it. A party take it decision, party take it decision. You will have to comply. Okay. And you know, say party no any DNA almost shame who say halfway abamu adwuma o ma yo no ma omuntu me nya party adwuma no ntino e wo se nya replacement e wo party adwuma no yomu a me makwasi party decision and then the highest decision making body no said your kind no council of elders the FEC and the NEC
political committee
the political committee nti omunya de sa decision we nya ba out we all party members no we have to just comply with that nti no nya de a me tima ka say ya
na say Osha bebre na be opted for political appointment no.
Hey, that's see. As a man, okay. Say party
Junior Junior. I
don't know why you had the about power. You know, was say waba power no did party power. Mama mo menua Mohammed Suparu.
Okay.
Abaso. Menua pa.
For the appointment.
Appointment as deputy minister for communication. Okay. I believe in his competence. Now President Mama say MP for Sisala West.
Okay.
Yemo President Mama.
Kwesi, what about it?
So,
me say MPP mboko.
Nyame adom bia boko meba na niti wakasa yie pa. I mean, amfa akonya so na me nchia ahwefoni a bebia we fidi kese kodu bia me nchia me party mpanifo. A fiti polling station level ko si national level na me nchia me boss His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia. Yameka ne senya kupon shira no mbone ho ban man. Na mini akwesi meba na miti wakasa yie. In fact, I say day in day out in Yakai, especially the young political appointees, it's an opportunity no menyana. It is for the greater good of every young person in this country. It is not for just their families, it is not just for their friends, it's not just for people within their political party or outside their political party. I will say all manner of persons, irrespective of race, religion, tribe, gender, or whatsoever. In Tinami, they say, this assembly too. I think say idea time be na was say yetimi e kayomo. Bu ono mo nya to me ne kakra ne rate me fi ne ho be free ba.
Sure.
But even though I am very young, I have seen a former minister sebe odi ni minister wie no. The obedi kura after some time ne edin. I have seen a former MMDC here. They say no be control station bi watechiman no. Oni bookman for ne prayer konya ho. So I have seen a lot of political, people who could do the top because of how they don't manage themselves well. And they should also remember, say, politics is not Politics is not an occupation. Whatever they are doing, they should remember, say, after their political appointments, and like you said, when they come home, then so they should be always reminded about some of these things. That mean chairman acquisition so say the power the power the radina nenya kupo say the kasa cross sa o kasa me say that acquisition wakoye say adubia na Peter Mensapa na and o kasa say Dangote say hey you be can say that President Muhammad say
you know to Dangote
say wakai minua na onu so ma na adwuma ni bia in
fact but me with a quick one this decision by the party, if it's something to go by, say political appointees no kuta party position no.
Yeah.
Either so beji man so beji or my point when I to form. Is it a good thing?
Oh yeah, I think it's a good thing. Okay, I say in 2017, MPP National Executive Committee take a similar decision.
Yeah.
And Peter Mewu and Oyevota regional chairman, Yamane resign after being minister. Madam Mutiko Afisa Jaba, nya gender minister, Yamane resign ye national women's organizer. In fact, Herina Nabuache Muni Atamo say a lot of people resigned because we share Ghana Yambra public sector commission form and the public appointment a full-time job. And you will be to occupy another office of profit or a monument account a full-time job. And after so Nyambra so say Yanyama by Jumana say if you are in a position a bit more causes some conflict of interest. I was a woody pana ultimate resign. So we know I wasn't even expecting some party in the bit taking decision. In fact, in the spirit of good governance and principles of proper governance. Now, some communia or position and come resigning from our respective party, but I think long overdue. Long overdue because of shares is a national youth organizer, no, minister, not proper. It's one of these things. Let's put politics aside. It is just not proper because you are the minister for youth and development. The same person, you are the national youth organizer of a certain political party. I mean, what is this? So some of these things now, so mutimi who no mutimi
political appointment no mkofa party
Say enu na chiro the kind of people la omoye. So what you say? And then na chiro the kind of people la omoye because
yeah. Them no crazy say was awesome party.
And they almost some party now.
There's almost
some party. But one you.
It can be the
James you
don't see do get here as national team was no. Ghana Port and Harbour Authority board chairman no majority at all. I want to serve my party.
Sometimes it is always good to create a path for people to also take over.
Okay,
some party na party na power.
Okay.
That party na show me. Say in the wisdom of the party structure, near can say, oh, when your party na show me aboma baso. The party na juma mo ye no. Ye mo be full so we dey. Abi shi no mo so sua no mo so ye juma ne be ya. I think say it makes sense. But say obaka say ya party na bre mo fo me ko
Peter, I was stressing on.
Mama ka say 16 regions no.
Yeah.
We come 3 times and san ye 12. 16 regions. The region ba bia no am. Come 3 times. Enti constituencies are you bowu mu aye adwuma. Communities are you bowu mu ghettos are ye adwuma ye de win power. Ni pa bre. Enti no sambere no ya share nunyam e wa appointment mu a eno de di pa. De na ya me den. And then the outcome say you make the needed impact
in the lives of the people.
In the lives of the people. Okay. And me, my interest has always been to say the president can. 1 year what trouble me, I'm a political science student. So I say, the electorate should be your main focus. One amount to me. Yeah, you mama one in so. So we hear you mama one in so. To me, they will renew it for you.
Okay.
And our main motive is to serve the people. And President Mama by you, because now cats asking me, pa. Yeah, born to 1 year castle, Mutuba, my Bessaniama, and Yamaba perform. What to me was say, my young Casasana, young to me Cassia, Bama petrol block form. Young to me Cassia, Bama dolly, a Timiaco form. Now, besides that question. And let $1 for my dollar at a day. And Yamama, no one in that petrol block sheet. Was ye no one in that? But I'm papa by ye, mamma man for no. I'm a man for the so. That is our main focus. And we will do it. And the party take it decision say, oh, see, you put some do my power. To focus you about do man. Your friend is saying that party do man, you will be mungo here. It's not the MPP for the Bible church say, Tama, Nana Bimu, the position no more saying, and then they were so, don't worry, or more time over question. Which remembers at the end of it. Because ye a party and yellow. Any of mine yo and ye.
Okay.
It didn't be a no do baby nearly 2 years. Oh, if you move focusing on your man, okay. If you move focusing on your party, no one. Mimi did say, a party babiano.
I think the name time Mukano Ryan, but I mean, they say, see you in Tino. Benefits be on my the Bemania because no free but I see you see let us not create the picture say it's a party bar bemwa not say free party now bar bemwa not just say wato bar bemu say beto awesome. Secondly no minya Peter ka say me say aban papa ba ntinyoma wo kofo aban papa ben so na oya we say 50 February be sisa be ntimi print birth certificate. Birth certificate for so more paper o de be print birth certificate na short no cre dollar ba form so nyoma bo an ekosoro by na e turn 40 cedis and then 65 cedis baako omo mu kodwa so nim e bia o ze o see nti ama chef nti un kodwa so biem ti un nim se nyoma bo aye de ba no cre ne se no cre se dollar na ekofom but nyoma bo an ekosoro
you see nyoma bo na
kodwa so nyoma bo a ekosoro
nyoma bo na ekosoro me anka sa madwen ade we want ase food staff ye free mem ebo wosoro as against the credit from on neighbor.
Yeah.
It's no share tomatoes, jane, nyadua like atosodi any
even vegetables,
I wonder say, and they say, Okone be a frozen chicken akotwa, nebuaba form.
Yes.
Satarin akotwa, nebuaba form. But I wonder
the locally produced ones rather than
what they like in Miania, you or yemen buy any banchi are okay. you barely see say neighbor na
body akura short
yeah
body akoko new jaso
neighbor
intino I think say I was say aban papa na aba no etimi cut across me dey me nka so mo ya aban born but by their fruit say na make say birth certificate kwa intimi pretty cocaine yera galamsey say nsuo no by their fruit Ghana for be judge so mo ya aban papa na say aban born ya Ghana for na be me dey me betena say nka say mo ya aban born but Ghana for nim say nyoma na mo ya aban born
okay mama nye wait tell na yen na wa so only baby me I know birth and death operations I follow for years. What happened over change of government to be the printed birth certificate an extract. Into extract no. Ayana change of obi ana contract
okay.
Into no they have to either renew or take new
get new contractors
exactly.
Okay.
Into sa change over na nya ade no. E na ya ma every obi oni birth and death adwuma bia no. Change of government be a first 6 months. That's what they go through.
So can we then
so
find
we
a way
have
to
proper exactly. So it is up to us as a country. And nothing I may expect me say new director no Mr. Botwe any penfo or nim de e wo be fen there for no so mo kan mo tribu ma this problem no I see it to us here. Na ya man in cyclical
maybe it has already repeated itself. It has already repeated itself.
Maybe can we also take a look at how we terminate the contract?
No, but even what he's saying has to be verified.
No, you can verify that.
What he's saying has to be verified. We cannot swallow it. Hook, line, and sinker. May
I know all this? I'm telling you. It is the last point. Minia, me know kase. And prayer, nye chiru. And prayer, na mene Madam forbidden. Come on, say. You can say abai papa ba mo niama akofom ni ade no na okra car in April na car no in April duties are that's that Honda Civic duties are na ya chicha man so so tua na 182,000 Ghana cedi
okay
enti okope bank no na ode kwa koke na obre kwansa na bank go man 160,000 na also pay bisa ka ho enti na otwen se car ne beba na wonhunu kwan obefa so akokle car ne ba last week okotua duties no na 125,000 Ghana cedis
so say I was
at the end of the me the besi bibi so no abem me the si bibi so no abem Nyama ye krabat said the one kasa kan there are so many important I just a dollar na akofoma cedi na ho de na nya ama nyama na ye import be break above from and that is true. Dear yet to wodwama so a na ye wo krom ha omoma ne bo na ye de no omafo no na ye ne obi ankasa se aban papa aban hihye aban na petrol no nkan ya ansa de osidi faka no petrol na abafo mummy consider na ye ton niama no mummy hwese ye beboa ma omafo na nya so mfa so because aban ne hihye ye ne de aban ya fa mu de wa ye ama niama abafo enti ya ka no so momwa no man ye nya ne ye
Mensa
that's what we should be preaching.
When's the yes. Oh yeah, where's Ghana abstaining from the LGBTQ voting here a course?
Yeah, me aware pa.
Okay.
In fact, I have heard who
Ade.
Say, or my you see, no send your mind corner. Me, I will judge the NDC by a Nyama or Mankasankasa or Mokai Akwesi. NDC forward position in some NDC for Kayan about the LGBT. Me, my position is clear.
But were they right?
My position is clear. Say no Kremo pass Parliament the 8th Parliament. A passing Brano. President Akufo-Addo, due to some legal constraint, me and signing Brano. Granted without admitting, say President Akufo-Addo epic. And I want signing Brana. The LGBTQ was on the ballot on 7 December 2024. Accounting a MPP, ye lose you know. A lot of people who were not happy say President Akufo-Addo intiman sign this Brano, it's a bill into act no. Eko sa lai etwa betia MPP. Omonso many nje say President Akufo-Addo an sign so ebi tu tena fi oman kwoto abakra ma MPP. Inti account na MPP lose ye. It is an LGBTQ intino. MPP illusion as NDC about power. The proponents like Sam George. What are they? I don't pay me who say what throw right up at 20 page statement at 20 page say he doesn't know why, or say in good conscience, he doesn't know why a buy way abstain here. In fact, if you could check and then you could read that, or say in his good conscience, he doesn't know why this government is a government abstained from voting. However, on the government and they on the position in tier on the position of Mateki, but on the Philise or Sanka bind the Tuaba etia LGBTQ because it was a good opportunity presented to them.
Okay, so quick one. On our Sam George Facebook page. My position on the matter of LGBTQ plus remains steadfast. I have read a full statement Ghana made on the floor in relation to our position on draft resolution L224. I align fully with the letter and spirit of the text. I cannot, however, in good conscience understand the decision to abstain in the subsequent vote.
But I
cannot, however, in good conscience understand the decision to abstain in the subsequent vote. That vote is in conflict with Ghana's espoused position and my conscience. We must at all times make our position clear and unambiguous. Like I indicated earlier, together with my colleagues in Parliament, we have resubmitted the same bill that was passed last year by Parliament, which Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo refused to sign. I urge Parliament to expedite the approval process, so we present the bill to President John Dramani Mahama. The innocence of Ghanaian children and the sanctity of our values cannot be traded for any considerations. Let truth and our conscience and principles be our guiding light. Sam George.
Pacho for the benefit of you.
Okay. So asma ora Sam George e kan yin so se nani abo krata abatodwa esegana ban e akoto aba na yeko e de tia LGBTQ se omo eye bino yenyo mo yakayaka de anase me yenyo mo ayakayaka de so na kasa mu de odwen wa wonte ase de ntia Ghana ban antosa aba no ebie but ni nyina mo gidi se ye nyina yenyentum ese we ya de bedi o man Ghana enya na abro mo ye bill de koma president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ya went me answer no osane nwam kro na mo sori sa bre na Akufo-Addo address no e de krata afoforo esa ko parliament ye mo hwe nim se parliament be gia tum na yetim de akoma president John Dramani Mahama etimi ama no assign osisa LGBTQ intino Ghana nkwada bi dachi ya hwe ye betimi ato ensane eni.
That's it.
Sam George.
Or seeing this in his own good conscience. Unim the entire was a Ghana training because Ghana training who a free about him. It is against Ghana. Your cultural practices near the idea. So clearly, Sam George, or no, you're a member of cabinet, is even not happy with decision or might not take it. Now, because you remember why I'm a cousin or my idea and that's all my idea. If Sam George or no, you're a member of cabinet too. I say decision of President Mahama take on any nyadwin. So it is clear. So this government or mobile no more the good way or say or mobile BBF for LGBT they say Independence Square. So I could see say I say Independence Square a security installation. Independence Square sabe memoir penifo enim or more practice true timi ko gina ofie man. E wo Independence Square. Bibi a Ghana ye gina agent for wodie no. Omo timi gina ho yes an man no. Security installation o. Enti na Ghana fo a ehwem obi a no otimi ko ye wo Independence Square. Independence Square we know say park pete when anya bibia na otimi ye wo ho. Ansa na obeye bibi wo ho, you need security clearance because a mine security national security installation. You see, then I gave one by yes I no share video no kra na. In the video they said say despite the heavy security presence they were able to do what they did. So I'm asking myself, say, is it the case that they had some security protection to do what they did? Because I could see, I saw, granted without meeting under President Akufo-Addo, yentimi unsigned this bill in the idea. Never did we see say gays ni homosexuals are by Independence Square. Yes, and your way it's here, your cultural underpinnings here. They make the case and I'm grabbing it here LGBTQ, and I was so scandalized. Say they binum NDC phone binim to me kasa assembly say Mbrabe and when to give one ever say in Mbrabe Ghana we are a country a moral underpinnings even in the court of law with me kasa reference the moral underpinnings of this country because Ghana is a nation built on morals. Me LGBT assembly I have said wa be mo me kai say me anya asem am de politics. It is not a matter of politics because you spend as a parent you spend less than 10 hours with your child a day. Of course, go on in your ear. Say, oh, be a TikToker, content and you're filtered. Or buy the funny phone or call TikTok or find a tablet or call TikTok or be who say gay food na Independence Square or Mofia Mano. Do you think that it be good for your child? Maybe he may not have the courage and the boldness and even the intelligence to come and ask the papa, say, hey, Daddy, Anamami, what is happening? Is it a proper thing to do? But Obeko school, or don't know that we are corrupting the morals of our children. So this is not a matter of politics. This is not a matter of President Akufo-Addo failed to sign. This is not a matter of NPP-ISA. This is a matter of NDC-ISA. What I'm saying is that NDC is the government of the day. And when we were in government, I am on record to have said, say, if it is possible, say there is a way that President Akufo-Addo could assent to the law, he should. Because I am against it. I don't think, say, I am proper. Medically, physically, spiritually, and everything. I don't think, say, LGBT idea, it makes any sense. I don't think, say, it's a proper thing to practice in any country.
So can we wait for the position of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said? The bill should be a state-sponsored bill.
That was the same position of President Akufo-Addo. To be very fair, that was the position of President Akufo-Addo. Okay, say, or call UN program, be a female journalist being interviewed. Or can say, or one of the problems with the bill is that it was supposed to be, laid before Parliament by his Attorney General. But when there are some private members and a lay, and that is one of his problems because Ofilise Sembra Ebeketeli, what people describe as freedoms and rights, it should be a government-sponsored bill. So that is one of his challenges with the bill. Today, President Mahama is re-echoing the same thing. But why didn't President Mahama say that? Oba Benmwa, Obeshe, Amaya Yen state sponsored. That was not his promise.
But so I could see, even with that position, now President Akufo-Addo were the same. People ask, say, Attorney General no lay here, Parliament. Parliament may approve it. Parliament is the House representative of the people. So what would have been so different from the private members in the core here, the entirety of the House approve it?
You see, this is a very good question. And that is why I've already laid the foundation to tell you, say, I was one of the people who was calling on the president at the time to sign the bill. But the president at the time, I had some, because I was very much interested, I had some interactions. And in fact, some even became public. But I said, presidency, describe, said there are certain aspects of the law on no feel say anka yenfa bi nka won anka yenyi bi free. I'm sure say what is answer yeah. So he had his own reservations about certain aspects of the law. But you see the law in its entirety, I feel say the law maybe ought to have been, assented to and then later they make some amendment to it. But I could see I said my can say President granted without admitting say President Akufo-Addo fairly say one sign or President Akufo-Addo could not sign the LGBT. Today we have a president. Okay. The president ejina simple so ka so no kwa so Assemblies of God and under na penso no obe make sure say oba power obe jesa LGBT obe ma ye assent to sa obe assent to sa embra no. Today what is happening? Under Assemblies of God president na ye way gays ejina Independence Square FE man. You see, akwesi this matter is a matter I am very passionate about, and this is a matter me kakra na me siafem. Do you think because the moral decadency, the moral decadency that comes with this matter is a serious matter. You can have a national prayer of Thanksgiving Day, spend millions of Ghana cedis on it to have it. Oh yes, I know my way, and Yankupo for bebo minus if you know my way, be. So what I'm saying is that this matter should be discussed holistically. Let's take out the politics of it here, President Akufo-Addo. President Akufo-Addo didn't sign the LGBTQ bill. And so what? And so what? Today we have a government. The government should do the right thing. If President Akufo-Addo failed to do the right thing, that government should do it. It shouldn't be a matter of say MPP for a clear opportunity to sign and they didn't sign into a war position. Into MPP a war position. Into a free abemono. Mona Ghana for him say mobile the right thing. But don't come and repeat the mistakes the MPP made. That is not how we build a nation. If you see LGBT, we have a consensus. Say, the Bonnie boy. President Mahama, if he had a goodwill, he has an overwhelming majority in Parliament. You don't need 6 months to enact a law. You don't need that because a core Parliament, even on the certificate of urgency, they can do the first reading, second reading, third reading, in less than 2-3 weeks. You can pass the law.
Was he a member of the MPP National Communications team?
Was he?
Was he?
More for Kony more tobacco, yes.
Okay.
I know Takana, and was ordinary rough. You see, you can't say me say, he who preaches equity must come with clean hands. If you are coming with clean hands, that's who preaching equity now. Who be a show when you want to, oh, papa, dear, in some way. There be MB before neck assassin. Till when you fear more. Can afford your mouth when LGBT assembly, you can attest to the fact that yes, in the past, we talk about this issue now. The regime and your friend is saying LGBT be a dominant. Import at a time, yes, my best set to office. Our person promote Sabio into moon. It will come more times. Ama Enkofonya kukudro to meet na TV so near expressing near say we have right for the first time in the country. Under your regime. And our politicians be near so for be ni Muslim for your kind who bombs the way they will be that. And what then? Says how dear we be pompons so I do sign in pompons way. I will man batch. Ye need demonstration near the day, mod, for any politician crying, Momo ye Billy, they call parliament. Parliament passing Billy. One side, the entire side, money. And young what trade. One you move, Obia Busumisia, Radiotia. Why are we doing this? And a politics the same year, you don't do this. You don't do this when you don't have the clean hands. For me, say for the first time, you who's again be that. What's the work room? What the politics? What your journalist yache? Me do it yache? Me not starting on there. Me type as a family. What's it? Some common who be start a rising that level. In your head. Ya pass ya sign, papa sign. Bill say a private to say government na bill. The content of it is what matters. Say na yam pay LGBTQ. When you say man, yes I do with that. You are a lawyer. When you say that bill expired with the previous administration, you know it. And you are the what you are doing more months. Na 6 months yaba. And I heard the OT coming here, man. Yes, I will branch come on.
May I attack him? No, speak to the issue.
Make us some natural war. Don't do that. Asama bana ye kano. What's it? What is the matter? Asama say there be a mukosa meeting. Yes, vote Ben and that one so I am voting. I was who can agree no, but oh yeah, no silence. Vote yes, you voting say. And yes, you go vote say you pay LGBTQ, and I am pay LGBTQ Ghana for Muntie. Vote and say, one more you who are Musa woman LGBTQ for no. Yanya or Maya Kayaka dear. Who bet to me the second one. Bet to me the contipa bonitrim. Yanya or Maya Kayaka dear, Nasa may your Maya Kayaka dear. That is the brofo when you're Latin ayatro. When we are about to hear my monesa. As some no. And I am representative to say, oh, Ghana no. Your decision here point straightforward. Young LGBTQ. But when it come to say young your Maya Kayaka dear, you discriminate your mono. You want mamra. Constitution, Article 17, Chapter 5 of our Constitution. And on how we should do with these people. And because of that constitutional provision, you are abstaining from some decision way. See, and quite you be a kayaka, the uncontested kind will be no, and only the Yasam. The position is say, Yampa LGBTQ. And the government of the day, Yampa LGBTQ. Okay, so and this is the good thing, I say, yes.
Say the vote was on there.
On there. Your friend is saying the violence against or more LGBTQ.
It is a opposite ye yo ma yakayaka dia no ato yes.
Yes.
Pese be yo ma yakayaka dia no
No to know.
And a Ghana constitution is say me enye o ma yakayaka.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, they say yeah constitution is clear, so we don't need to go into this vote. That was the decision of the people. Yes.
Say you to know kaya femi up. Chapter 5 article 17 of the 1992 constitution. And ye 2 years nanke devoid from chapter 5. And yes, but Ghana say
so the same way. Want to know, want to yes or no? It doesn't devote the article 17 of the constitution.
So in
the choice, a choice of the representatives.
The international the representative is Ghana.
Yes. And American, yeah, the representative that's Ghana. Sure.
It's Ghana decided say the Embrana say, but let's show it to the world. By say nyoma yakayaka yes so
they stated in the they expressed that that point that's article 17
they may say article 17
yes
might only be known to section of Ghanaians.
Yes.
Now this is an international discussion. And yes, we are seeing now the person who amanya a force say omo ye gay ni lesbianism. Ye nyoma yakayaka de anasa me nyoma yakayaka de.
You be respect your more right. That's the what the
no,
that
no,
was
no,
what the
no,
vote
was. The independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination. So yeah, respect your more right.
And kaya firming up our position to the international world.
Yes.
Say yempe LGBTQ, but we will also not infringe on your right. And yes, Anity. And Ghana say on Twaba Nukra. Says Anity. Okay.
And yam twa, yes, yam twabano, because here the young constitution is clear. And the how clear Magana Libya him say, this is our constitutional provision, and nothing can subside the constitutional provision. Now, yen na ya tuma and a boy who buy no. And at the atosu yen position as Ghana and as a new government, so we are against LGBTQ. Nothing can compromise that. And at that point, then you vote to say yanko vote to say you for LGBT so, and I am for LGBT so. Ghana for me and just clarification. Education ya pese de mamo vote na ne ye kwa koto na ba na no koto no na nya abato se ye foa LGBT anase ye foa LGBT na nya sa vote.
So with this vote the international community no mindset yes
no the international community knows our constitutional provision the UN the omunyina omunim ye constitutional provision and me making this point is very significant.
Okay.
UN those international there's no way they can come and impose something on us once we have our constitution. Don't make it look like say vote or uncle vote in the international community have power be until then your position is not this.
Me say now in the minds of the international community, Ghana doesn't have a position on
the violence against those people.
Ghana doesn't have a position.
We didn't vote. That's
so we don't have a
we
position.
Didn't vote on that. That's all.
So we don't have a position.
We didn't vote on that.
So
simple.
Would that also mean say what our constitution says we don't support her now?
Why we don't support? And that is the reason they adduced.
Because we vote no echo here.
No.
The position in your
constitution. Vote no and no. Abstaining alone is also a decision. And what I say, your constitution, your client, you are not to come and join your voting.
I wish say the country is not voting, you know. Constitution.
And I make a choice. They don't have a direct provision like this.
Countries not voting.
And they say they don't have a direct and clear provision like us. Your point, your constitution is clear. And you're clear, the whole clear.
Okay.
And you know, I make a support who voting election be. And I was even part of this. No, my constitution is clear on this.
So why did you go there?
Oh, Nasan, you have been invited. You may be invited for other discussions near the other. And just strictly on this.
Let me say, they drew on. I see a baby voting.
But see, you bet me around the bottom line is say.
The table of content.
You see, the bottom line. You bet me around that. Some make catch on say. On mine, yay, your constitution. And a good thing, a pan say, you are buying, you're making your position clear on LGBT, say you're supporting.
There be no position.
But you may buy. ana yasi yakọ meeting si yenko hwe yekoto abase o yehu se obi ye gay yemfa se kan wo no yemfa abammo ni trim yenye ni sei ana yesi sa aba we yento because your constitution no article 17 why na clear say discrimination not based on race sex ni ade enti hono na clear nya afa ni ekwakọ engage enu abato ana make sure say the most important thing at this point is say Sam George ane asofofo ya omode bill koto wa yewu akufo no ni MPP fo ansan ne sa bill yi a yenkunti adi ntumu nsam wo krom ano ene sa bill no yesaso de ko and
wa na de ko
Sam George we reading the post no dey no catch
as a president so sa bill no dey
ma me pa on catch so won ntum onyan take decision it's just it says
it should be a top sponsor. What are you talking about?
No
the fact that the president has made a statement now personal reference it doesn't mean say there's Sam George in the for na e dey akoto on the kwa on sign and that's on take action
the official position of His Excellency John Dramani
and the government
and the government and you say the bill should be a state sponsored bill.
State sponsored bill.
Yes, that's the
private sponsored bill. Sam George is telling you say Oma sign up prepare
me say nipa no be sign me say nipa no be sign na be yemra
enti ye dia ko no so one sign because any state sponsored bill
nipa no say
and na me say ye dia ko and na was so on sign to say President Kufuor because any state sponsored bill
o be me fie
I am telling you a step that has been taken
o be me fie ma kira o say o chechele watia e ma me fie so what you say enti emeduru okra no mapamo the president no accept the standard I say bill am fee say nyina betim bia ye adwuma asoman eye ne oman no etaya kire enye private bill
and I make sure say it still doesn't stop the private bill so we be push anything a cabinet member push it.
Why do you still want to spend time and money on
what
something
is time and money? What is time and money? Instead of make a say nyabotre money for at the end
because
this is a statement from the president. This is a decision by private members.
Are you saying
this doesn't stop the private members to push their bill? What is fruitless?
You be say MP style. You be my MP sika. And of the atnase. You be on call long hours. Maybe now you be so much. The president kasa adi anke different. But the position of the president, which represents the state. Yes, say
LGBT. Ye nyina yempe, me makwasi mempe, wo so wo mpe, o ma na yesi yempe.
Yeah.
You bet me the private member bill akọ. Na ye hwe say president made parliament pasia, president ensign, president and answer the executive. Entu betumi ayeden apushi executive bill na ye aba. Potogum hwiegum kwanse krom na ekọ. Ye nyina na ye de ne say yempe LGBT wo krom a. Entini ye nyankofo mo pepa so be puti private member bill eh private na say anya priority kon kan wan say priority enti just wait and see your friend wait and see what will happen so what I say maybe the other say
to say priority of John Mama
me say you be passes our bill
okay
you be passes our bill and just watch it so what I say enti me no mani age say you ra Sam George as asoma Ghana for hu say because na nua no mo ka unim say till now, a young go for me say, Bill no that's so na president go sign keke. Unim za. There are some people on unim say, oh, Sahab Bill na Kufuor wan sign no. Bill no da ho. Enti president Mama wa ba for pen say dey na minwe e ka say no. The picture was being created. Say, oh, wabana enfien eboso me ensia die na wo ba on pass bill no. As if say Bill no da ho na president sign. Me pa mo cho sa bill na president Kufuor no MPP o man sign no e wo mmeramu no sa bill no I spy and we see ready another bill and also we say go through the process the cycle and sana e betumi akodu president and sana e be push president say onye dey on sign and no na make us Sam George in the pen force has to take another step. It doesn't stop the president from making a statement. And a statement the president was making, it doesn't stop private members from pushing their right because it is within the law. Until let's see how these two, the most important aspect of all this is that you know as a minor, yes, you LGBT. Sa oba ni obeda, be ma ni obeda nsem no, ye mpe wo kuma. Enti de be hye ne se anamontuo mienu, de be ko bia no, ye be hye mpanfo nkura se. Omo pass na
Akwasimensa deputy CEO Edma
quick one. You see,
wait 10 seconds.
For the purposes of education.
Okay.
Maybe Peter doesn't understand what has happened, but for the purpose of education, asema ye kan ho asemi about UN in sense me. A resolution there, the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. A table before the United Nations Human Rights Council. A idea in 2016, and in fact on 30th June 2016, and the Human Rights Council adopted recommendation by the independent expert on protection. No more say to promote LGBT and also to promote the fact that the LGBTQ people have rights, and that in the spirit of gender equality and the spirit against discrimination and violence, people should not discriminate and be violent towards people who practice LGBT because they have rights. Wait, hold on, Peter. That is the mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. Now, in 2016, Tamanomo adopted a resolution when Ghana was not a member of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. Sometimes African countries are now representing Africa, Nigeria, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and I think Angola. All these African countries and Morocco, all these African countries voted against this particular resolution by the independent expert. But because they were in the minority, sometime in 2016, the independent expert had their way. This was for a period of 3 years. Some mandate near them were 3 years. In 2018 also, Ghana was not a member of the Human Rights Council. But now, Ghana is a member of the Human Rights Council. Therefore, we have a vote on this matter. In the question is here, this matter now quiet. Heading of resolution. It was for a renewed mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. Now, this time around, Ghana is a member of the Human Rights Council at the United Nations. So Ghana had an opportunity to say, you better one, but just in Nigeria, no Algeria, now opportunity some time ago, no. This time around, the BAT council, no, no. Ghana, a war opportunity, no. Ghana decided not to vote to say, this independent expert, because we are around, promoting LGBT. That's what are you talking about? Maybe you don't understand the issue. You don't understand the issue.
You're
draw no now. Mama draw okay. Mr. Micro was off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Mamu. Okay, 0555 278 ***. 0555 278 ***. When you have first 1,000 Ghana cedis, and I'll make a Franco Trading Enterprise. I catch one. Yes, a phone, papa. If you're in the Franco, say price no about from say ya price number from Tuko Franco and name one na prices ever from. It's from 3rd to 10th July 2025. Co Franco. Uyi dollar na ema price eba from na. Franco start dropping the prices in ABM between 3rd to 10th July 2025. For each other TV, ranging from 32 to 100 inches, just free says. Phones, I would be up a no comment here. Osa Ebeka be at a frame 0246. These are the official numbers of Franco Trading Enterprise. 0246 422 338. 0246 422 338. And at 0555 939 311. 0555 939 311. The last one is 0302 225651. 0302 225651. Franco and also still phone papa FA and one happy birthday and confirm Christiana Entry, Assistant Audit Officer, Electoral Commission Head Office, and her birthday. Yeah, wish you all the best. Nyakopon enshira na onyo kese Koise obeye kesepa. And also happy birthday to Ernest Yabua, who CID headquarters. And then your birthday, Ernesto. Nyamin Shrao, and then your power, you're the Magana. Smart, intelligent guy, you can't do without him. Ernest, happy birthday. And for Mamko Mas nominate, we know your thousands this evening. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Kai. Atiafaso. Fachem. Then happy birthday, confirm Mrs. Charity. Yeah, what cocoa board. And then your birthday from Stroda. And then Abusiafo, you know, say, yeah, show all the best. Nyami Enshra. Na onyo kese kusube kese pa kwesi kono ko boy mama Ghana
last 1 minute maybe they can't transfer much Ghana for
Japan
yes to and the
me time as
Ghana for you see me makwesi say buy the bet na na kase LGBTQ and ye koto aba say Ghana for yitia na si yitia na ye nkofo akwakoto say ye ama stenya nka makwesi that is last week nka me come be sorry enye sa nkomo no and na ye ba abato so sometimes abstaining is good because sienya toba ni wia say collective decision.
Okay.
Enti won pesa ye be kan wo vote a ankomu say we collective decision who abstain sometimes enti mo me tempen fo ase.
Hello, good morning. Let be me fa mama fa nyango po ya no china pa ye be sa to aso kwesi mi da mase.
And I will last bite no I will say more information
no stress amine etia ye nua no ma school fo na ye friend say first year admission omunya ye no say obi enya de sika amine because we should Adom TV makra